Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Avowed. When last we left off, after returning to the world of the living, we had successfully hunted down our assassin and made them pay the ultimate price. Now we step forward into a new part of the living lands. Seeking to understand and address the animancers who are potentially, at most, a danger to themselves than anyone else. But we have a new ability point. Let's see. We'll invest in Blizzard. Alright. As long as we reach... feel messy there, no? Otherwise, we do have some other things we can quickly do while we're here before moving on. So, let's go ahead and confront the smugglers. Pyromancer's key. You have my interest all of a sudden.
This place is gonna get crowded if things don't get better in Dawnshore.
Quick and quiet.
Do so appreciate. The bonus damage.
Nothing to see here, friend.
It's all right. Know who he is.
Oh!
Remember, we never saw each other.
Look alive, ladies and gents. We have a visitor.
And a Blufflet and Gladwine. Have you heard of them?
Ah, a kind-hearted Adiran. How nice for them to find a friend here. The way I understand it, they don't have many friends among your countrymen.
Take it easy on him, Soldis. He's all right. For an Adiran.
Fine, if you say so. Well, what do you want?
What of the original deal you made with Gladwine, and I'll cover their share.
No deal. Pay the difference, or forget it.
Soldis, the envoy saved my life at Northreach.
And glad I am that you're here. But a deal is a deal. We don't give handouts.
It's 2 clients. Believe me, you don't want to get on his bad side.
Oh, Andra's tits! Are we a charity now? Fine. Tell your miserable countrymen the deal is settled. Free of charge. We'll take them to Thirdborn when they're ready.
Thank you, Soldis.
Sure, whatever. And that's Captain Soldis. Thank you very much.
See, that wasn't so hard now, was it? Right, let's set up camp here. Have a chat with our party members. Okay.
Not everyone warrants an assassination attempt, you know. You should be flattered.
That's an interesting way of looking at it.
What I find interesting is how you handled him. Decisively, I might add. It's a shame. As odd as it sounds, I think he really would have left you alone.
I gave him a fair fight. Something he denied me.
A fair fight. Huh. It's always struck me as a funny notion. He shot you with poison from the shadows. Many would call that a coward's act. But what other chance does a lone man have against imperial power? And who fights fair when survival is on the line?
You have a point here.
Don't mistake me. I'd like to be wrong. I'm afraid we haven't seen the last of this conflict, though. Eagwolf isn't the only hothead in the Living Lands, and he's certainly not the only one with his hackles up about all you Adira newcomers. And Ludwine and the Steel Garrote are only making matters worse.
Inquisitor Lodwin's approach seems excessive.
You're far from the only one to say so. Your ambassador and the rest of the Adiran forces have been dragging the frontier, kicking and screaming towards order and civilization. All the things that half of us moved here to escape. Then, one day, Ludwine and the Steel Garrote show up to reinforce the Adiran presence, and they're as harsh as Wodaka herself.
Is this that idea enlist them to do dirty work, or are they going rogue?
Could be both. Judging from that meeting, Ambassador Hilgard and Ludwine don't see eye to eye. I'm afraid that means trouble on the horizon, especially if Ludwine starts operating around him.
That worries me too.
Nice to know I'm in good company.
Something's on your
I'm
mind.
just thinking about Claviger Amon. I let him down. I've let a few people down over the years, but I did promise someone once that I'd do my part to look after all of us riffraff who've made a home here. My best chance of doing that is helping you investigate this plague and keep a lid on tensions. And, hopefully, fend off any future assassination attempts.
Promise someone. That seems someone you wish you could raise from the dead.
You don't miss much, do you? That's a story for another time. I've had all the doom and gloom I can stand for one night. By the way, now that we've gotten to know each other, let me know if you want to train together. I've been watching your form, and I think we could learn from one another.
You mentioned training together.
Yeah, I've watched your form as I've gotten to know you, and it's excellent. You're smaller than I am, but I picked up a few tricks from seeing the way you move on the battlefield. I'm happy to return the favor if there's anything I can teach you.
What little power into your attacks? I want to learn how to hit hard with mine.
It's all about using your weight. Here, I'll show you. That's it. You got the hang of it. I look forward to seeing what you can do when we get back out there tomorrow. In the meantime, get some rest.
Okay, so we have +2 might.
You might want to consider not washing your clothes in safflower oil.
I hate to break it to you, but regular laundry is a common courtesy when you're traveling with a group.
No, it's fine. If you feel the need to wash your clothes, go right. It's not every day you get to deal with the person who killed you. He killed you, you killed him. Seems like a win-win situation.
He got what he deserved.
Hey, I'm not doubting you. Mostly because I saw what you did to that Nim dude back there. Anyway, it doesn't matter what I think. You found the assassin, and you're still alive, which means well done, Marius. Now you're looking towards Emerald Stair. Whole other kind of deadly out there.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, if you think you've seen forests, think again. Emerald Stair is where nature goes to try out some new stuff. The trees there are fertilized by the corpses of people who thought they knew what they were getting into when they got there. But past that is the strange stuff. Ruins, spirits, and other things that you should steer clear of.
I think you're coming with us.
Considered it, sure. I wouldn't be much of a guide if I dropped you off at the edge of Dawnshore and said, good luck.
It's good to have you along, Marius.
Good to be here. We've got a bit of a walk ahead of us. You might want to get some rest. Anyway.
Okay. Get some rest yourself.
You too. What are you grinning about?
Huh? I wasn't grinning.
Right. Well,
Okay. Let's upgrade that. I want to turn. Okay.
well, stop it.
We still need Awakened Ward for that, though.
That's just how my face looks, Marius. Hey. Hey, you got something on your mind? Something you want to talk about?
See, you're doing it now.
What?
Alright, let's go ahead and exit here. I'll suppose to keep in mind when I see those notes to even just visit and then go back to previous location.
Something like your dreams before.
Why do you keep showing up in my dreams?
Our roots entwine, but we cannot linger here long. We must know. A life for a life, A killer's blood billows in the drain, dead like the bear. We do not understand. Was this a mercy too?
I couldn't be sure he would stop coming for me. I mean, but I wish things were different. I mean, I suppose I do. I wish he didn't try to kill me in the first place.
Eat or bleed. Rule of the wild. We know these shapes. Still. A dam broke. We wept in the dark when your soul slipped away. We feared for you, felt your agony. We could not forgive.
Save that. I might need it one day.
We bide our time. We wait. Wake now. We have tending to do.
Nice.
Another win. But who's counting? In Rawatai, you don't abandon good supplies. I wonder what happened here.
I don't know one way to find out.
I always forget there were Pargrunen out here before. These people left ages ago.
Okay. Really do need to make sure I shop for a lockpick before any given adventure. Oh.
Aye, aye.
There's almost always something good in places like this. Worth taking a look. Good work! Show me what you got! Arms up!
That wasn't a whole lot of a fight in the end. So we're getting
My shoulder.
well prepared for what we're actually dealing with now. Relatively so, at least.
Keep your distance.
Okay, so what do the bolts of the bricklayer do? Better dodge distance and carry capacity. That's why it's still humming. Let's try that again. What's more worth feeling? Okay, so we are just slowly accruing the totem for vertigo. Not a good thing necessarily, who can say? We are, however, achieving it, good or bad.
No. Nope. I am not going in there unless you swear not to run off without me.
He's faster than he looks, and a dead eye with that crossbow, so I'd listen.
I'll get you.
Stop right there! You're going to regret this!
I'm not feeling too much regret presently. Sorry to say. Sheathed in summer. Okay, nice fire dagger.
Stay down.
And what were you protecting? A couple of interesting things. I believe what that symbol on the map is hinting at.
Say what you like about my people. I'm built phenomenal.
Ah, this goes back to one. What are these? Wondrous grace. All of what I have at the moment.
Despite the name, the Living Lands isn't an easy place to make a life, but it breeds resourcefulness.
Bootleg wine have to do with that?
Hide it under the wine and nobody will look for it.
How did you get in there?
2 guards, wine, and a dead body. There's a story here.
I'm worried about what I'm seeing.
Not anymore. We have the situation in hand.
Bon and I caught this man trying to load a crate onto the lift. Turned out he was smuggling animancy equipment.
So we've closed this lift down, as a precaution.
So you saw a man with a crate and attacked him.
Of course not. We asked what he was carrying. Then he drew a knife.
It clearly wasn't expecting us. The locals must turn a blind eye to these things.
In the meantime, sorry, you'll have to go back to the main road.
Did you find anything note on the body?
Haven't searched him yet. We were only meant to be keeping watch, you understand? You're welcome to take a look if you think you'll find anything useful.
I'll ask you to refrain from using the lift, though.
I'm an important business. I'd appreciate it if you let me through.
Well, since you're the envoy, I suppose we can't stop you.
But if you bring so much as an Audra stone with you, we'll find out.
Some gummies. Okay, so the farm's over here. Oh, these are outside Paradise. Alright. Let's find the expedition team then.
I was just getting warmed up.
This looks like the path Offric told us about.
If you traveled weeks to see him, you can wait a few more days.
Kara, you would not be so glib.
The Temple of Aethys is closed. Ugh, I don't know why everyone in the Living Lands suddenly wants to see the old kook in there, but it's not happening. Not today, anyway. Probably not tomorrow, either. Not with the way they're dawdling.
Since when do you make the rules?
Since I arrived with the big sword.
So you say I need a bigger sword. The Oracle has one. Let me in and I will borrow it.
I'm saying you need to go home, because the goddamn temple is closed.
Most obvious request. You want an expedition in trouble?
The boy made it back to the embassy. I half expected him to kick off on the way there.
He was badly injured and grieving his brother's wounds. I say it is good news.
Sure, until the Inquisitor hears he abandoned his men to go crying for his mum.
Good thinking. If we duck out fast, they might not even notice we're gone.
Perhaps I will sneak inside while you are sleeping. What say you?
This will be simple enough to tackle. Wrong one. We want Electric Lily.
Look around. They've seen you. Point for you!
Something tells me those weren't the last walking skeletons we'll be fighting.
Definitely not. Quite disappointing if it were. Wonderful scenery, though.
Gods, never seen anything like it.
Views like this remind me why.
The tripwire's broken. I bet Offric's people came through here.
Look at that. That statue. How did anyone build that all the way down here?
Gods, no one knew that was down.
Zarms. What a snaker fight.
Like a shadow.
Take your best shot.
And they never saw me coming. Okay, no, we did need to go this way. I missed a path somewhere here. The downward one.
Hold it together, kid. We're nearly there.
You're not my brother. I got to be dreaming. Oh gods, am I dead?
Neither, unfortunately.
Is this the Beyond Spirit? Have you come to take me to Galloway's side?
The kid's in bad shape, but he's not too far gone. I think we can help him.
I'm not ready. I've never even touched a girl. It's not fair.
Use Dream Touch.
Oh, that's the creepiest sensation I ever felt in my life. Like vines were growing all through me.
If it works, don't question it. And look, your wounds are closing up already.
Oh, wow. I feel leagues better. I thought for sure you were coming to take me back to the wheel. Who are you? What you doing down here?
Orphic sent us after you. Where's the rest of your
He
team?
actually made it. I wasn't sure he'd come through. And he sent the Emperor's fucking envoy. Damn. Am I ever glad to meet you?
Focus. The Free Expedition Score. Where are they?
Right. Those assholes. They went on without me after I got hurt. We'll come back for you once we've got the relic, Admin. Honest. Horseshit. Yeda was probably hoping I'd croak so she wouldn't have to tell our freak how she abandoned me. All she cares about is that Oracle and his relic, which is probably just a big old dog bone if you ask me. He's probably still down there, fiddling with the statue. You must have seen it on your way in.
What's with this organ then?
He'll be the last one to have seen him, I bet. I'll just rest up here a minute before I head back to Paradise.
Take it easy. No sense getting yourself into another scrape.
Promise, I'll take it slow. Hey, Envoy, for what it's worth, I really thought I was gonna die down here.
In his adventures, you certainly would have.
It's a lucky thing you found me then.
I'll see you back in Paradise, Catman.
Right, yeah. You got those assholes to save and everything. I hope they're better off than I was.
Only one way to find out.
Seems like a good kid. Glad we could give him a hand. Maybe one that Juliana's girls will too.
He's gonna have a hard time getting out of here, but at least we gave him a fighting chance.
So, the kid said the expedition team went deep, looking for the Oracle.
I imagine the Oracle has something to do with that creepy statue we saw before. Maybe we should take a look.
Oh, I heard humming. Humming loot. Must have been incorrect.
If Ludwig's after this relic, we might be on the right track.
I see someone. Be ready for anything.
My brother. Can it be? It has been too long. I had feared I was the last of us, but you... Oh, the very sight of you is a balm for the soul. I am the Oracle Sargemus, servant of the once shining god, he whose light has lately dimmed. What brings you to this sacred space?
An expedition of my countrymen. Did they pass this way?
An expedition? I'm afraid I don't understand.
Right. Maps, ropes, pitons, rugged boots, water for days, people down here looking for stuff.
I am familiar with the concept, tomb raiding and the like. What troubles me is why they would come here. These ruins are not so different from the many others on this island, except that they are a good deal more treacherous. And this representation of Aethys we stand before, it is the work of my own hands. They could not hope to move it. Do you know what their purpose is here?
Looks like I believe I haven't seen them. There's only one way through this place.
It's a reasonable question, I'll grant you. You must understand, this place has seen so few visitors for so long that I often retreat into my private quarters. To read, you understand, or pray, or sleep. Age has made me slow. I tire easily. I sleep now more hours than I wake. They could have already come and gone, and I would be none the wiser. In any case, you haven't told me what it was they searched for. Or do you not know?
It wasn't for a relic you were meant to keep here.
Ah, the splinter of Aethys. I suppose it was too much to hope they were here to examine these exquisite ruins. Truly, it is their loss.
Why do you keep the relic? I might find them there.
It rests in a shrine deep within this temple complex, beyond the reach of looters, visitors, or indeed, myself. The path to the relic has fallen to ruin. Some sections are flooded, and others are infested with all manner of creatures. Although, perhaps you might assist me with that.
Right. Here it comes.
You see, this construction beside us is no mere statue, but a reliquary I have built to house the splinter of Aethys in its appropriate grandeur. It is nearly complete, and ready for the splinter to be interred. But I can no longer reach the relic on my own. Return it to me, and who knows, perhaps you will meet your expedition along the way.
I'll return shortly.
I am most grateful. Oh, and please refrain from touching my statue or devices. May light illuminate your path, brother.
What's further down?
Roots clogging up this tunnel.
Another one down. Take him down. Another glorious.
Simple enough problem and solution. Didn't need to do that.
Stand back. Never knew there were little houses down here. Then again, I never knew you'd come down here before, so there's that.
Simple enough to shatter them all.
Driven people to the city means more bandits on the road.
Oh, what's that corpse over here? was indeed. Ah, must miss that one. There further. Oh well.
Dream scorch ahead. I hate to think it reaches all the way down here.
Thorns beside violets, essence twisted out of shape. A pulse beating out of time. Should it be disturbed?
Big tree, pretty ruins. Don't let it fool you. Keep your guard up.
Okay, no trouble.
There's the relic. It can't be as easy as just grabbing it, can it?
Right. I haven't been in a lot of ancient ruins, but you don't have to be an expert tomb robber to think this is probably a trap.
I think that would complete
You take lead.
something. Because that's part which implies there's a way to get over to there in general. Ah, this is why.
Have I mentioned that I think this is a terrible idea? Here we go. You're mine now. Let's go. Got 'em all.
And similarly, something over there. I want to see a similar kind of path to it. Unless... Oh, we need to a second one somewhere, don't we?
Good eyes. That must have opened something.
There we are. Wonders of curiosity.
A false item. It waits.
Something's moving in the main chamber.
Oh! There's an answer for our trouble? I can definitely work with that.
Try.
That's a lot of skeletons eventually, yes?
Who's ready for more? That ought to be all of them, right?
Hopefully. Let's finish our looting and then see about finding the rest of the expedition.
Way out must have flooded during that earthquake. Blessed ruins.
Well, better a flood than a cave-in.
So they're around here.
Something's not right here. Take a look around. Well, we found the expedition. Looks like they've only been dead a few hours. But how did they get in here?
They didn't come the same way we did. I'll remind you, we had to swim here. And look, there's no way these people died of natural causes. Murder usually leaves a mark.
It's like every member of the expedition team just collapsed.
Once the soul often linger in the body after death, these corpses feel empty.
Oh. Like they've been completely drained of essence.
If I thought you could just zap someone's soul out of their body, I wouldn't even get up in the morning.
You need to get out more, Marius. Animancers have been zapping folks for centuries.
If either of you so much as points a stick at me, I'm going to be very upset.
The Oracle couldn't have put the expedition's souls in the statue of Aethys, right?
Could this have something to do with Aethys' vanishing at Ukaizo?
There's still a lot of debate over what even happened at Ukaizo. Perhaps the Oracle knows the truth, or perhaps he's just as lost as we are. Aethys is a dangerous god associated with Eora's bloodiest wars, and he recently killed thousands of people in Deadfire. Now, we have a piece of him, and we're about to face a maniac who wants it desperately. Tread carefully.
Alright, let's go have a little chat with our Oracle.
Come here. Why does he build the idol in this place? Even the flood could not stop him. Fealty or sickness?
Oracle's up ahead. Be ready for anything.
There you are. You have been gone some time. Do you carry the splinter of Aethys?
I'm aboard an expedition team in your workshop. Did you kill them?
Ah, I did not expect you to be so thorough in your explorations. Nevertheless, I am impressed. As to whether I killed them, well, that is a matter of semantics. Does death occur the moment the heart ceases beating, or when the soul is broken upon the wheel? In one sense, then they are quite dead. In another, they remain very much alive. In either case, they have entered a state of change, and the impetus was mine.
Would have put the souls in your statue, aren't you?
Yes, you and you alone see my purpose clearly. You see, I have given them the opportunity to be part of something larger than themselves. With your help, I shall give them a new commission. To prosecute the redemption of a god.
How do you expect to redeem Aethys?
Do you carry the relic I asked you to collect?
I do carry it.
Excellent. The relic you have retrieved was stolen from Aethys' body. He is bound to it, or it to him. And before the events at Ukaizo, he would speak to me through it. He speaks to me no longer. But I believe he resonates with the splinter yet, as I do. If I am correct, when it is placed in the statue, the magnifying power of the Ardra will draw him into it, and he will be trapped. Locked into the reliquary with a chorus of furious souls acting as his conscience. He will finally begin the work of making right all the wrong he has done. All that is left is for you to place the splinter into the statue's chest. Will you do it?
What will happen to you if your god abandons his domain in the beyond?
I cannot say. But when I return to the wheel, I pray I do not see Aethys there, for it will mean that I have failed. You see, my brother, you must understand. I am willing to endure a life of greatest loneliness, so that he may repent.
I'd like to get your thoughts.
Me? If I ever suggest helping some crazy Nimdu bring a statue to life for religious reasons, please kill me then and there.
Look, I'm all for second chances, but restoring the god who started the Saints' War and left a trail of corpses in Deadfire? Even I concede that's a bad idea. And I can't imagine a worse fate than spending an eternity as one of those poor souls stuck with him. I've heard I can change him before.
There's no way this will work.
Aethys is weak, if he persists at all. He expended tremendous soul energy manifesting in the body of Moros Nua and marching it across the Deadfire. By the time he reached Ukaizo, he was spent, and used the very last of his power to destroy the wheel. The god that is left is but a wisp of purpose, floating through the beyond. It is that wisp I will capture.
Absolutely not.
I see. Why?
I can't help you bring Aethys back into the world. He's too dangerous.
Then I shall simply take the splinter from your corpse.
Well, if he wants to do this, then so be it.
Oracle's dead, so can we leave now?
I would advise being able to put your money where your mouth is first.
Follow us. We would speak to you.
We make a good squad.
We sense weight on you. Essence. Yes, we know this melody. A part of the statue, a piece that yearns for its true place. Combine them. Join soul into body. Let it sing for us.
Why do you want to finish the statue?
Dreams in colors we have never seen. But we use it? We cannot know. It must be complete.
Something happened if I do that.
Feast? Famine? We could not say. The Adra dulls our mind. We sense an acorn. Possibility.
We'll have to keep looking around.
Dear Rose, where does it stop? We do not control its feet. But hurry. The roots twist. The earth heaves underneath the stone. The eaves cannot hold.
Hey, envoy. Back with us?
Frankly, as someone who just killed someone to not put the splinter in, I'm really down on that. I wouldn't do it for the Oracle, won't do it for the voice. It's that simple.
The Oracle might have been a creepy, murdering Korva, but he sure kept a nice home.
Guess his work on that statue didn't leave much time for renovations.
One for us.
Alright, let's go ahead and kill Relga over here. You can just stop channeling. I mean, just stop burying.
Yeah.
A lot of explorers end up dead here. But, hey, they're not you.
Right behind you.
Eyes are on my side.
Watch yourself. Watch the left.
One thing you could say about ogres? Rarely do sneak attacks. Well, that was fun.
A squad mate took a bet to steal an ogre's club. He lost that bet. And
Stand still for me, won't you? Thank you. Much obliged. Well, let's go ahead and return to Loughlin and Gladwine. Tell them the good news. Return to Orfric, and then head on over to the new area. So there's also one more the spider to deal with. We'll deal with them in a moment.
Nice and quiet here. Take a moment to breathe.
Oh, you're back. Oh, you've come back. Any news?
Not this morning to leave you alone.
Oh, wonderful. How did you do it?
Through a mutual friend. She'll make a deal.
Did you hear that, dearest?
I did, love. Praise Wodaka.
Thank you so much for all of your help, Envoy. I don't think we'll be needing these anymore. Please, take them. Now, if you'll excuse us, we need to get ready for the journey.
And if you ever find your way to Thirdborn, please, come find us. It would be lovely to see you again.
Speaking of inventory, we got... I suddenly grabbed a two-handed unique sword. Goes into the party stash. Things to look when we get there.
Second chance. Rare, but refreshing.
You just saved their lives, Envoy. Well done.
Let's start with putting things in here.
Hey, it's the Envoy. Envoy, hey. Oh, swear, I owe you the world.
I own the world. He saved my life, remember?
Yeah, you only told me about 100 times.
Hey, where's Yeda? Is everyone else on their way?
I'm afraid not.
No. Oh God. Does he mean?
They didn't make it, Offric. I'm sorry.
But you saved Cadman. You couldn't save them? Or you didn't try?
What happened?
The Orca killed them.
That godless scum.
What?
Right. So it could have been worse. They probably went quickly. If that helps.
I can't understand this.
Hey, Offric, hey, listen. We always knew that was a risk, right? And we told ourselves.
Better to go out at the bottom of the world or the top. And dying in bed like Granda, asking what if.
Did you avenge them? Is the Oracle dead?
I killed him.
At least they got justice.
And I got my brother back.
Don't be a baby. You would have been fine without me.
What I mean to say is, we're grateful, Envoy.
What's next for you two?
Ambassador Heelguard has written to Expedition Command back in High Crown to see if they'll let us come home.
Oh, while we wait for their reply, I thought...
Wait. Let me guess. Mermaid's Den.
You told him?
It was a moment of weakness. I thought I was dead. Oh, that reminds me. I wanted to give you this. It belonged to our grandfather. He'd always wanted to join the Corps, but life got in the way. When we were recruiting, he gave it to us to remind us to live well.
Thank you.
Well, I'm sure you've got big Envoy things to do.
I don't know if you heard, but there's a plague on and everything.
If you're ever in High Crown, look us up.
Yeah, we can drink to the Corps together.
Oh, I nearly forgot. You didn't happen to find that relic, did you?
Never saw it, sorry.
Damn. I hope the higher-ups don't have my ass for this.
Higher-ups always grumble about something. If they give you a rough time, just remind them they can come out and look for it themselves.
Don't worry about me. I'm sure it'll all work out. Don't forget to visit us next time you're in High Crown.
Perhaps I should be off.
I wish things had turned out better for the rest of their crew, but I'm glad they made it. These two will be just fine. I'm sure of it. One of them may even get a happy ending.
You, wouldn't think behind the embassy spiders, but here you go.
Nice! Oh, no, you don't!
Nice job, everyone. Quiet, Nimdut.
Ready? Aim.
I don't think the new owners like company.
Okay, that's fairly reasonable to work with, all in all. Let's unbar the door and tackle the giant spider. Or not. It's a bonus threshold. Or... is this, perhaps? Ah, this Well, certainly is the right way. Wonderful.
Hope you don't mind spiders.
Well, my aim is certainly not on point at the moment.
Not bad, Marius.
Well, you work with it.
Here it comes.
Oh, right, I should have that. That's just a starting increase. Dexterity and parkour speed. Absolutely. What are you? Missing some sort of path through here. Oh, that's why.
Coming in hot.
This is not some water that I appreciate.
Here it comes.
Unseen, unheard. Remind me not to spook you. This one's mine. Let's go.
I'd like you to stay still. Thank you. And good night with... Okay. Yeah, we don't need... Wait, so that's for plenty of revenge. Which is really not what we're here for. Gonna pass on from down here. Right, let's go ahead and Find our way out of here. Chest and all. In the path here. Let's go ahead and fast travel. Nice, comfortable fast travel. Collect our rewards.
Welcome back, Envoy.
Much to claim.
Show it here.
Let's see what's been slain.
I don't envy you having gone into that horrid place, but I'm thankful you did so.
Not won't be burning anyone else ever again.
Good. Too many good men and women died because of that bastard. May he face Magran's fires in his next life.
And the ogre is no more.
Remind me not to get on your bad side, Envoy. Seems you're making a habit out of killing ogres. Let's hope the next one you run across is a bit more amicable, yeah? Well, I'll be. That's all of the bounties. Mighty fine work, Envoy. Mighty fine indeed. Hope you're proud of all you've done. Thanks to you, Don Shore is safer for all of us. Gods protect you, wherever you are.
Hey, you could have a real future here if the Envoy thing doesn't work out.
Nice work on the bounties. Just don't get a big head about it.
And we got... Okay, so we got fighting mortals. It's a good option. But otherwise, onward!
I'm sure you had your own reasons, but I'm glad you helped those two fugitives get to Thirdborn. A lot of people in your position would have left them high and dry, or turned them in.
They seem like decent people in a bad spot.
Yeah, I thought so too. We've all been there. I'm just glad to see people get a second chance. And I'm relieved to know you're the kind of person who's willing to grant them, even when your official duties might suggest otherwise.
People all say about second chances. Something you want to confess?
I've been told I snore, so I hope you don't exile me from camp.
That's good night, Kai.
I'll be here if you need me.
Do you want to properly grabbing... the sword from... I suppose not. Oh well.
Look, Marius, if you... You ever want to talk about anything? You know I'm here.
We need 2 of these. Let's improve that a little bit further.
Yeah, right.
Something to awakened wood, which I've not really found yet.
Appreciate that, but
Can't get the next one though.
The armored mask. We dream of steel and charred earth and flame. The memory binds. Flee from her. We fear. For us. For you.
Someone settled by Ludwig. Let's talk about it.
Blazing ire. It burns and feeds upon itself. Pain through the smoke, we recall. You are not safe with her.
I shouldn't have history with her. Can't you tell me more?
We reach. The spines tear into us. We pull our hands away. But the old scars do not lie. We burned once. Burned. We know.
Did Ludwig hurt you specifically?
A storm from the same spark. All pain cuts with the same blade. Steer clear of the scourging fire, or extinguish it.
It comes to it, I'll deal with her my way.
No recourse but teeth. The flame spreads toward the garden wall. Listen. Have care. Have care.
Okay.
Poor guy. Didn't even stand a chance.
looks like there's a note.
Spilled blood warrants spilled blood. And in turn, the cycle persists.
Envoy.
Can I help you?
Ironic. No. Paradis clearly understands your intent.
How long will you keep following me?
Careful, he could be a messenger. Or this could get interesting.
After what you've done, you cannot imagine we would ignore you. My compatriots have observed your judgment. We have a message for you. We do not give second warnings. Consider this one carefully.
Was that more inventory at the moment?
hold a moment. They tell me you're going to Emerald Stair. Business or pleasure?
Business, I'm looking into the dream scourge.
Well, just remember to cover your mouth, sneeze into your elbow, and sleep with lavender under your pillow. Fair warning, Envoy. Before you showed up, Inquisitor Ludwine barged past me. She was looking none too pleased.
What's up, thanks for the warning.
Don't thank me. In fact, keep my name away from Ludwine's ears. Better if she doesn't know I exist. Anyway, I thought you should know Ludwine's on the prowl. Tread lightly.
As long as she's not on our scent. Hopefully, your handling of Eagwolf brought us some grace with her.
You're cleared to pass, Envoy.
Grace or not, if she causes trouble,
Sam sad to be leaving Paradise. I had no idea how
trouble will find her.
Deeran's moving in.
And Eagwolf's death won't help matters.
Dead men can't cause trouble.
Survival dictates you remove a threat as soon as it makes itself known. That's exactly what you did.
Regardless, the Steel Garrote will see this as an excuse to crack down. I get the feeling they've been looking for one.
Steel Garrote? I figured they're just more intense Deeran soldiers.
Well, we may have started an idea, but don't confuse those verdicts with us.
Oh, I hear you. Unfortunately, if you're marching shoulder to shoulder, some of their stink is bound to rub off on you.
I don't like that Ludwine woman. She gives me the freakus.
Yeah, I've seen floggings gentler than the scolding she gave Hilgard. One's tacking when the other's jibing, if you catch my drift.
Suddenly she's supposed to be working with him.
And that's gonna mean trouble for everyone around them before long.
And it's a good thing we're getting out of the city.
Yeah. Much as Liviana misses our company, I wouldn't count on your mysterious friend reviving you a second time.
Are you listening to that friend when you go all blank-eyed from time to time? Does your special friend talk to you? I mean, I had an imaginary friend when I was little, but they never brought me back from the dead.
He means that with all due professional respect, of course.
Of course.
How do you know this friend doesn't mean us any harm?
I don't know that yet.
Well, maybe figure it out. We can't prepare for what we don't know is coming.
We're headed to Fior Messi Verno to see if the Animancers know anything about the Dream Scourge, right?
Correct.
Maybe we'll learn something about your condition in the process.
Right. When it comes time to deal with Animancers, you two are on your own.
Animancers are lord for a reason. Battling with souls is dangerous.
Most fun things are.
They could stand around and have scholarly debates about souls all they want. Gives me a great opportunity to take a nap.
I haven't been back in a while, but Fior is an interesting place. It was founded about 50 years ago by a disgraced Valian duke and a handful of Animancers who'd soured on politics in the republics.
Town full of nobles, scholars, and leeches. All surviving off the work of the farmers who grow food for the whole island.
Not every courtier is useless hanger-on, you know.
Right. You know, present company excluded, and all that.
Don't take it personally. Marius only does this with people he likes.
I'd say something back at you, but I'm just not feeling it for some reason.
See what I mean?
Charming.
Just wait till you meet the Animancers. It turns out that academics are as ungovernable as the rest of us rabble.
You don't understand what they're messing with. They can't tame the wilds with machinery.
They've held it at bay until recently. Their ingenuity, or madness, or heresy, take your pick, has fed a lot of people in the living lands. But, rumor has it, some unnatural blight is destroying their crops.
Now when the Dream Scourge appears, possible connection is troubling.
Hopefully there's nothing to that. But if there is, we'll find out soon enough. And while we're in Emerald Stair, there's something I've been putting off. An old friend from my time in Thirdborn had a cabin out in the woods. Tama. He passed a while ago, but he left something for me that I never got around to picking up. But since we'll be in Emerald Stair anyway...
We'll go to the cabin.
You won't regret it. Emerald Stair's lovely this time of year. Even the Delumgon bloom.
No matter what I tell you, you keep picking flowers from things that want to kill you.
Hey, they love me. You just gotta ask nicely. Compliment their foliage.
Right. Maybe buy them a drink before they choke you to death with vines.
This is going to be easy.
I look forward to hearing what you think the word easy means.
You and I have quite the adventure ahead of us, Envoy.
Let's get started.
I have 2 rules. No campfire songs and no hugs. That last one's non-negotiable.
I hear wiggle room on the singing.
If we're done being ridiculous, we should get some rest. We'll be in Emerald Stair tomorrow.
Good to have you with us, Marius.
Right. Go to bed before you violate the hugging rule.
Okay. Anything special?
Those dreams seem to be getting worse. How you feeling?
That's all. Good night.
Nudge me if you hear anything in the woods.
Oh, you always have an exclamation mark.
Envoy? Fior Messiverno, huh? Guess if you're looking for an animancer, that's the place to go.
You don't seem some of visiting Fior.
A job is a job, Envoy. But not all places are created equal. I've led a few people there from Paradise or Thirdborn, and I've almost lost someone on every trip.
Someone's slipping.
I said almost.
I'm thankful for your expertise.
Just glad I can help. Right, changing the subject.
That's enough for now.
Thanks for talking.
We do plan to make it the most the unaware damage bonus. Where possible, of course.
Oh, would you be a dear and help with these spoilings, please?
Looks like she could use our help.
Let's give her a hand.
More are on the way.
Heal yourself.
Oh, fantastic. People. I was about to lose my wits.
A mind's question. The dust of the Akita in her hair. She knocks. We would answer.
You wouldn't happen to have a ladder on hand, would you?
You know Sansa's cartographers by chance?
Sansa? Absolutely not. Cute as a button, but he's so high-strung. I pursue my own academic interests. Interests that require the vase in the ruins. And a ladder. But perhaps we don't need one. You're tall, striking, and well-toned.
So what about this vase?
Oh, of course. Why would a priceless artifact be important? Well, I'm not surprised you don't know of the Godless. But they were here in the Living Lands long before we were. Long before anyone else, as far as I can tell. Give or take a few thousand years.
Okay.
They lived on every corner of the lands. You must have passed a few of their ruins on the way here. The big ones, with spires that look more than a little phallic. A lot of their structures were embedded in the ground,
They lived in harmony with the land. I mean, as much as you can live in harmony with the land actively trying to kill you. Maybe it was nicer back then.
Maybe.
30 years of research, and as far as I can tell, they just upped and disappeared one day. Fascinating, right? Well, what's important is that the vase is within my grasp, now that I've a tall, dark, and handsome stranger to help.
What are you suggesting?
There's a vase in this ruin that's too high for me to reach. Fetch it for me. I can pay you in skates if you do. The vase sits atop that tower beside us, in the ruins there. And once you've got it, look me up. Yatsley, wizard extraordinaire, godless expert, and a Balrog in the bedroom.
You do meet the most interesting people.
I can get you 1,000 places that don't require going into some ancient ruins. But no one listens to me.
Yeah, sure. We'll ride here anyway.
Keep quiet.
Okay, one mushroom cap.
Everyone okay?
Okay. Big lockbox. And some awakened wand. And some Adra. Fantastic.
Andra's titties, you found it! I tried using magic to get the vase down, but alas. Thankfully you and your little friends came along and saved the day.
Excuse me. We're all bigger than you are, Nimdude.
I may be small, but my magic is not, I assure you.
Still wasn't recognized when one should remain undisturbed.
Oh, trust me, my love Quilici has told me so many times, but I cannot resist. How could I ignore a vase like this? Think of all the secrets and memories it holds.
Have you found me such memories?
Just one, and I didn't find it. But that's a story for another time. But I'd best pack up. I want to get home. I have a new artifact to study in. Thank you for your help, Godlike. Even if you didn't have a ladder.
Well, that's something I hope never happens again.
I've got a few inches to spare if she changes her mind.
All right. Level 9. Oh! Well, I suppose most of the problem quite reliably. Wonderful.
Granted, I don't come here often, but when did it get this bad?
No, let's wait a moment. We don't need to upgrade immediately.
You told us that animancy would save our crops, and now look, spoiled on the vine. The apes won't even touch them.
What do you mean that's all you've got? Last week you said there'd be grain.
You know what I said.
This is a very nice and haunted looking area.
Gods, what do I tell Sovia? What do I tell the children? It's not bad enough that their mother a little earlier and you'd have beaten the other bandits to my crops. But I guess that's on you, isn't it?
What's so much you lost instead of insulting
I
me?
left the whole pile right here. Enough food, good food, safe food to get us through the next few months. I went inside just for a moment. The bandits took everything. This was probably our last harvest. There's not a damn thing left to eat.
Maybe we can find them, what they look like.
Like thieves. They're not from around here, I know that. They had a few elves among them. I've got no problem with elves, but they looked rough. Like they weren't civilized. You know, bandits.
Sounds like you've watched about elves to me.
I see what you're doing. Don't make me out to be prejudiced. I know your type. You'll be poking around for contraband and dream thralls next.
Let's see what I can manage.
So I won't count on getting my crops back. I see how it is. Well, if you're following the river, be careful going north. The bandits ran that way. I bet they've got a camp up there. Can't imagine what else they've stolen. They're probably living like kings, while the rest of us starve. Gods, this place isn't what it used to be.
You're not endearing yourself to me in the slightest, so... Okay, let's prioritize reaching fuel.
You showed up at a bad time.
Let's hope this time we walk into a major city we don't get shot again.
Ah, the Emperor's envoy. Inquisitor Ludwig said you might be heading this way.
And to whom am I speaking?
Captain Alfair of the Steel Garrote. If you're here to speak with Vidaro, I'm afraid you'll find the governor is quite beyond reason. These Valians and their love of animancy.
Us diplomacy should be left to diplomats, Captain.
Fair enough, envoy. Talk to the man all you'd like. When diplomacy fails, the Steel Garrote will be ready to ensure the safety of Adiran interests.
What are you talking about?
We all have our part to play, envoy. Until later.
She's as subtle as a broadside. Does subtle mean something different outside of Solace?
Oh. Big. Big. Ah.
Knuckle Teddy.
Delamgan. They're not evil. It is just in their nature to push back against the expansion of civilization.
Oh, you startled me. This old woman can get lost in prayer from time to time. You must be the Adiran envoy I've been hearing about. Apologies for any hardships you may have experienced getting here. The failing crops, the strange beasts, and even the dream scourge are all the result of our neglect of the dead.
You also from the scripture of Barath.
You recognize the scripture? How wonderful! Perhaps someday we can recite it together. I am asking the spirits to forgive us for our negligence and continue on their way without anger. The dead of Fjord expect certain rituals to be carried out. I have failed to perform those rituals, and now the spirits are angry.
Well, that sounds like another simplification. Keeping English could not cause anything as dire as the problems facing
It is
Fjord.
not wise to underestimate the wrath of spirits who believe they have been forgotten. Our recent dead require a final meal to ease their passage from life. Without it, they can't rejoin the cycle.
You've got people waiting in line for their next meal, and you want to waste food on the dead?
I got food from the grain merchant stores. I just need someone to leave it at the graves. The dead will take it from there.
Flesh and bone. They bring the fruit to those who cannot eat. What tree calls for its branches to endure these rituals?
Did you see this food from the town larders?
I did, yes. With things the way they are, there was no other way to get what I need for the ritual. If I didn't think this was important, I wouldn't have taken the food. But this ritual is the key to everything. I know Elena would understand how important it is to pay tribute to the dead.
Living shall away the needs of the dead.
But this does help the living. By appeasing the dead, we end the dangers their anger caused. The crops will grow again. The dream scourge will end. All will be well once more.
What do you need us to do?
You must take these offerings of food and place them at 3 grave sites where the recently dead lay. The first offering goes to a cliffside grave on the southern coast.
Whose bodies rest there?
Loggers from the old days. They sacrificed themselves to make the land habitable and lost their lives to creatures of the untamed forest. The second offering goes to a grave in the swamp, far to the west from here.
And whose spirits wander near the swamp?
They buried the bodies of settlers there, intrepid sorts that tried to tame the farther reaches of Emerald Stairs wilds. The final offering should be taken to the truffle farm east of Fjord, where a family lost their lives to the encroaching wilds.
The others will calm your angry
I
spirits.
believe it will do exactly that. The spirits will find closure and rest, and the living can move on from this recent tragedy. Be careful, friends. The angry spirits lash out blindly. I cannot predict what awaits you at these graves.
Next time you want to tour graveyards, I'm staying at camp. We should help the living and let the dead rest.
I can't thank you enough for helping to ease the conscience of an old lady. Please, return when the rituals are complete.
Jata, what's the meaning of this?
Look at these crops. Look at your sit. How can you ignore what's right in front of you? The dream scourge is here, in the soil.
and it's killing us. Oh my goodness. Are you a godlike?
Never mind that. What were you talking about?
Our farms are dying, and the politician here won't do anything about it.
Maybe you can talk some sense into our governor. Put the fear of the gods in him.
Seems more likely you'll have to punch some sense into him.
Excuse me, but unless you have official business, I'll thank you not to involve yourself in our private discussion.
Silence. You'll know when I'm addressing you.
Of course. The Adiran envoy. Ambassador Hilgard sent a missive telling me to expect you. How delightful. You speak with a measure of authority, but I caution you to remember who's in charge around here.
Now that's what I call a first impression. As you can see, I was just proving a point to our esteemed governor.
A cart full of spoiled vegetables. You call that a point?
Ha! Emerald Stair used to be a lush garden for miles around, and now I don't even recognize it. First came the invasive species, roots and mycelium growing overnight, as though nature itself had gone mad. The Dream Scourge has twisted our lands, our wildlife, and now, our farms.
That's why I'm here. Perhaps an animancer can help me stop it.
Then there's no time to waste arguing with bureaucrats.
I like her already.
I believe that we can restore the land, bring back its soul and its sanity, cut off the Dream Scourge at the root. Our governor would rather ignore the problem. He doesn't trust animancy as his father did.
Civils will ignore dying farms once you start starving.
As usual, Giatta never misses a chance to slander me. I don't ignore her concerns, only her methods.
And you still do nothing. Before we can deal with the Dream Scourge, we first need to understand it. Unfortunately, new experiments have to go through him.
Must be nice that all the arguing isn't about you, for once.
I'm just trying to stop Giatta from hurting herself. Animancy is dangerous when you're shooting in the dark.
And she's the one taking all the risks here.
You must be unfamiliar with animancy. There's always collateral damage. Are you going to tell him about your family's basement? Or should I?
How dare you use that against me?
I know it was an accident, but look what it cost you. We can't let it happen again.
While we argue among ourselves, the Dream Scourge is tearing the living lands apart. Tearing our people apart.
If we can solve the Dream Scourge rationally, let cooler heads prevail.
Then we'd better do it somewhere else. Well, Governor, looks like I'm taking some time away from my duties. I'll trouble you no more.
Your request is denied, Giatta.
I wasn't asking.
Your responsibilities are to the settlement. Turning away from them sets a precedent that I cannot allow.
Everything I have proposed has been for Fior, and you still refuse to cooperate. Under the circumstances, I don't have much of a choice.
Then neither do I. Giatta Castel, from this day forth, you are banished from Fior Messiverno.
Banished?
What?
Ignacy, we can't lose our brightest animancer in the middle of a crisis.
Your pupil has gone too far, Quilici. Take her and leave. You're still a guest in my town, but to us, Giatta is an outcast.
We're making a mistake.
Perhaps. But I can't just let her continue to poison the minds of my animancers.
They aren't your animancers. Your father understood that.
Don't bother, old man. He isn't his father. I've done all I can for Fior Mesiverna. But you haven't even tried. Now limp back to your giant house like a good dog. We should talk somewhere private. Meet me at my house due west by the workshop.
Okay. Quilici was an angel earlier.
I'll find us another bedroom.
Don't mind me.
Yeah. I had one job. One. Look out for her, Fidelio. How hard could that have been?
Can I help you?
If I could help myself, do you think I'd be in here? I don't mean that. I have a lot on my plate.
Not going to solve anything staring into that bottle.
You don't have many friends, do you? Ah, gods. Guess I don't have much in the way of manners either. I'm Fidelio, Lieutenant Fidelio Saran. I lead one of our ranger outfits. At least, for now, it is.
But no, that sounds ominous.
We were helping with the recovery effort until we hit a snag. My two youngest rangers were supposed to report back from their rounds. I assumed they'd turn up. But it's been 3 days now. They're still not here.
You need them found them at your service.
Cecilia. Their names are Belena and Adalaro. I doubt they'll be apart. They were good rangers once, but since they've caught each other's eye, all they do is sneak off to...
Hard relations?
That's a delicate way to put it.
Well, there's worse places to make the four-legged beast. I promise you that.
New recruits running off with each other? Oh man, this brings me back.
Anyway, I never thought I had any cause for concern. They always found their way back eventually, but they haven't this time. They're out there, all alone, and they could be in danger, and
These are more than subordinates to you, aren't they?
Malena's father and I were comrades in arms years ago. When she enlisted, I swore I'd try to keep her safe. That was all. I couldn't even do that.
Maybe they're not finished, if you get my drift.
What they're doing is their business, but rangers have to come when they are called. Wait, gods, you're relentless. The point is, they've never been gone this long. The last time I saw them, I sent them to patrol the northern riverbed. If you go that way, please, keep an eye out for them. I'm losing my mind in here.
Will do.
Wandering out by a river. Consider them found.
Maybe we don't look.
Ado, welcome to my fine establishment, amigo.
Founded machine.
Okay. So no, this is not quite what I was looking for.
That did not go as I had planned.
This is though.
planned.
What did you think would happen when you confronted him so?
Well, my first idea was to mess up his house. Maybe break a window or two.
Perhaps I should thank you for showing restraint.
I'm sorry you had to see that. What an asshole.
Giata, some manners, if you please.
Why start now?
We're on the verge of extinction, but our governor is too busy protecting his fragile ego.
Then why didn't anyone speak up with you?
Because they're cowards. To them, I'm just a cautionary tale. A fallen animancer.
You did challenge his authority.
I know, but... curses. Without Fior Missiverno, I'm hardly even an animancer. My tools, the workshop, all gone.
You've talked to your principals. That's what matters.
I wish I could take credit for Giata's stubbornness, but she learned that on her own.
Thanks, old man. At least now I'm free to study whatever I want. On my terms. The Dream Scourge has been a thorn in my side for too long.
To live a vendetta against it.
In a way, I do. I have plans for this island, and they don't involve the Dream Scourge. But that's a story for another day.
Your parents would be proud to see such tenacity.
Anyway, listen to us babble. Let's talk about you. I never expected to see an Adiran envoy here. You've got a lot of guts showing your face in a town full of animancers.
It was on the Dream Scourge. I'm willing to look past my biases.
How generous of you. Our first order of business is the Dream Scourge, but I'm also curious about you. There aren't many godlike left these days.
It looked to me as though I'm some kind of experiment.
Indeed. Some of my colleagues would fight me for the opportunity to study you. I only bring it up because animancy might offer us some insight into your nature. Keep an open mind. While I pack up my belongings, you can help me by...
Helping you pack?
No, sorry. I don't know what came over me. I just realized this is the end. I have to leave Fior Missiverno. Forever.
Nothing else. Think of it as a new beginning with new friends.
Some people don't find out who they really are until they leave home.
You'll be alright. My advice, find a good tavern and learn how to prepare squirrel over an open flame.
Maybe if I focus on what I've gained, I can learn to accept everything I've lost. When it comes to the Dream Scourge, we haven't been allowed to acknowledge the problem, much less act on a solution. Today, that changes. I need help from the animancers around town, but as you can see, I'm an outcast.
Maybe I'll have better luck.
I hope so, because we're running out of options. Manto Pastor is in the workshop due west. He's got an invention that can help us. Elia Rossell is an authority on the undead. Her methods are controversial, but useful. She lives in a cottage southeast of town. And then there's Yvette and Remy, our philosophers. You'll find them at the docks, southeast of Fior. Each of them owes me a favor. Drop my name, and they'll tell you what they know about the Dream Scourge.
So what's your theory on the Dream Scourge anyway?
I'd rather not speculate until we have more data. If you have questions, I'm sure the others can answer them. We're about to make history. But first, research.
Guessing she's not much of a hunter. Might want to get extra rations next time we go shopping.
Godlike, Imperial envoy, research assistant.
Who knew? Oh, I heard there was a new arrival, but I didn't expect a godlike. Welcome to our modest workshop.
Just when I'm investigating the dream scourge.
Giada, what a loss. I owe that young woman more than I could ever repay. Unfortunately, I cannot do a lick of research while my equipment is underpowered and overworked.
Maybe we can help you fix it.
A novel idea, that. What I need is a stronger power source.
You're using copper or Adra?
Copper allows greater power modulation through shaping, but Adra has the potential to store more essence. I could use a large single block of Adra, but harvesting it is difficult in this environment. Oh, wait. One of our rangers reported that an Adragon recently died in a western grove.
Although it's stating the obvious, we are standing in front of a massive Adra pillar.
Indeed, but that well is almost dry. I need more. An Adragon's heart can hold an immense amount of essence. The grove is to the west, across the chasm. You can't miss it. The rangers say a Delamgan queen holds court there. You may be able to retrieve it without violence, but most Delamgan in these parts are hostile to Keith. So you can understand why none of us went rushing over there to find it when we heard the Adragon had died. Still, Delamgan queens can be reasoned with, so if you want to get the heart peacefully, try not to kill her guards.
Let's see what I can do.
Do be careful. Emerald Stair is not itself these days.
If you can convince her to hand it over, I'll be more than impressed.
Ado, welcome to my fine establishment, amigo.
Alright, let's see about further adventures. Yeah, that's the Adragon heart. Actually, hold on. Before I move on, let's see if we can upgrade our equipment further.
Well, I was not expecting such an esteemed guest in my humble workshop. Are you in need of any weapons or armor? The roads haven't been safe as of late.
Okay, let's see what you're offering. You know, again, I'm not quite... We need... Let's work on some side questing to get the funding to get the next bow upgrade. But that's fine. And I do hear the humming of an object of interest. Might be above though. Maybe it's off the other side.
Oh, it's you. Leave me alone, all right? I'm not looking for trouble.
If you insist. You know, that's not quite going to give me any sort of meaningful direction. Oh well. Let's not worry too aggressively.
Right behind you.
Next one's mine. Another one.
Just like the good old days.
That'll sort out a problem. Okay.
Time for a new weapon. Left. Hey, over here. Work.
Take a moment, people.
Okay. We have the trophies. Now we go back to looking for the stolen food. Not a big reward, but still, we'll take it. Okay, we at least have... It would be best to visit that campsite. Get a brief rest, talk with our companions, upgrade our equipment.
Envoy? Well, that was interesting, right? The woman arguing about the crops failing? Standing up for what you believe against authority. I can respect that. Of course, my method would have been run away under the cover of night, never to return, but yeah, this works for her.
They can roll the harvest on the opinions of a single person.
Is tainted food better than no food? They can survive without the harvest. They just have to work harder. Anyway, there's clearly more going on here than a bunch of animancers sitting in dusty labs doing whatever they do all day. Beyond that, nah, I can't help you. Call me when you're back to facing real danger. Right, changing the subject.
Okay, that's enough for now.
Pleasant dreams.
And then Kai.
You know, I've heard dueling is popular in the Valian republics. You wouldn't think a public argument could feel as brutal, but I'll be damned if Giada didn't draw blood.
Just had to make a point. Vidara was being unreasonable.
No doubt. That's why I admire the resolve. Living Landers can be contrarian and combative. That's what sends a lot of us here in the first place. But it's still hard to swim against the tide with your own people, especially when it means getting them to face a hard truth.
Indeed, Gold is full of flatterers trying to win favor by telling others what they want to hear.
You make the wild sound downright peaceful by comparison. I'm impressed at anyone who can survive that, or break out of it, like Giada. She knows who she is and what she believes. She's got more clarity and conviction than I had at her age.
She has more clarity than you have now.
Hey, I am a willing victim of my own delusions.
Some Exotica ties, a home that compromises you isn't worth returning to.
Can we just talk about something else?
Hey, don't worry. We're talking about Giada's situation.
Right. Like, What did you think I was talking about?
Anyway, this can't be an easy time for Giada, but I'm glad to have her on our side.
We'll talk about something else for a moment.
What's on your mind?
Oh, that's all.
If you get up in the night, don't wander too far.
I'm gonna go with Thundersfall.
I haven't seen this much excitement.
At least improve Karok's Bride. Okay. Let's improve the Blackwing armor, and as far as getting more tanned hides. Yeah, we can push this a little bit further as well.
Perhaps I've got you to thank for bringing it with you, Envoy.
Alright, let's properly rest. Now we'll have a chat with the boys.
The Adra stirs, a crackle of light in a withered field.
I want to make these dreams a habit.
We had not considered this.
Is everybody in Living Lands prone to... No. Well, it's a good news to have someone in my head, I suppose.
Mundane, a lifetime lived in silence. We forget this. We wilt, we gnaw with hunger now. What has come of this place?
Situation for you is dire. Someone needs to help them.
A hand of generosity, or a gauntlet of steel. We feel them. They bend and hone the essence of the earth. They draw from our veins like a well. What are these rituals?
It's called Animancy.
A new tongue. An unfamiliar name. A harvest grows. The dead rise? What do they hope to achieve?
They want to learn the secrets of life and death.
Lift the shroud from the wheel. They build walls in their hearts. Why do they not share what they make?
Maybe people don't trust Animancers.
The hound cannot recognize itself. It growls at its own reflection. Should we fear it too?
And they can fight Essence all they want, but I'm not sure they'll win.
A leaping horse. A bridle for that which cannot be tamed. We have learned much. Dream of soaring wings in your repose.
fighting.
Gone. Adelaro's gone. It's a dream. We're all dreams now. Sweet. Hello. Are you a fish too? Oh, the sardines shimmer. They swim in silver circles.
Something's not right with her. The dream scourge. Is this how it starts? She's probably the ranger Fidelio told us to look out for. Poor kid.
Are you lost? Where are your squad mates?
We are a dandelion seed. Adelaro sings somewhere, but the tree stifles his voice. Adelaro's face burst into violets when the dreams came. Red violets. He joined the others.
She's talking about another dream thrall. We better find him before he finds us.
She watched that happen to him. God.
A lamb taken from the flock. How do we soothe her?
Your friends speak true. They know us. Help us.
I'll find out alone, but just promise not to go anywhere.
When you find them, they will scream. They will sing with you. Soon the rest of Fior will be swallowed by dreams too. But tell us of Adelaro first. Where is he?
Don't worry, I'll take care of him.
If nothing else, you'll spare her from having to see it.
Find him. Give the lieutenant our badges. He swims in the bone and boar. He calls himself Fidelio. He will understand our song. But Adelaro stumbles at the mouth of the river above us. Please, help us sleep soundly.
Just keeping your distance. Thank you.
Looking good.
All right. Some beetles dealt with. Next, bandits. Ah. The humming of loot. Oh. Can you keep an eye on this for later if I can.
I really don't think you saw what you think you saw. You think I'm seeing things? They're out there. I know it. You haven't eaten in a week. None of us have.
All the more reason to pay attention to our surroundings.
Not immediately hostile, as such.
There's someone else out there. Someone new. Probably adherents.
And you're the only one who saw them?
People in armor, skulking about in the forest. And it's definitely not the rangers from Fjord.
Well, they are, don't let your guard down.
It's never safe, is it? I swear to you, I know what I saw.
Either way, you need to get some rest. And you, Adiran, should just be moving on.
Stop right there, Adiran. I know what you did. You're lucky I don't kill you right now. Egwolf's blood is on your hands.
You can just decide we're going to have a problem.
I'm no fool. You can go inside. For now. We're tired and hungry. That doesn't mean we're helpless. Watch yourself.
Was it not enough to be hungry? Now we have to be damned too.
Take it up with Erlen.
Egloff never wanted us to hunt like this.
Stay calm. Let us see what our visitors have to say for themselves. I said, stand down. If they had come to kill us, we would be dead.
Erlen, this is the Adiran who killed Egwolf. We can't just...
What are you going to do? Growl at them with your stomach? He killed Egwolf for a reason. I'm sure he also has a reason to stand before us now. It behooves us to listen to it.
May have the phone to soften the
I
farmers.
knew someone would look for it eventually. Allow me to appeal to your better instincts, if you will.
The farmers are starving. What gives you the right to steal from
We
them?
are starving, Adiran. In a choice between us and them, I will always choose us. That does not mean I take pleasure in it. I feel the farmer's pain as keenly as I feel my own. But the crops are the crops. My people's lives are on the line. I have no choice.
Unless did you give back what you stole, we won't have a problem.
First you killed Egwolf. Now you want to take our food and condemn us to starve to death?
Fine, keep the food. I'll focus on the greater problem at hand.
Thank you, Adiran. We will remember your generosity. This is all we can spare. Take it as a token of our gratitude.
These people would die without that food. Well done.
Today I learned that it is possible for an Adiran official to have a heart.
I mean, if Egwolf had his way, I wouldn't. Let's hope we survive out here.
May the skies smile upon you, Adiran.
War Mage's boots. And what do they offer? I didn't want to constantly come back with lockpicks. I don't know why I don't purchase lockpicks. Or try to find where to purchase them in the first place. I'll ignore returning until the main problem is solved. Otherwise, I've simply chosen favor one way or another.
More of this stuff. Has anyone figured out how to get rid of it?
Why the terrifying situation? Let's go and head back over here and go through a different path through the wilderness for now.
Listen, if you need food, you're going to have to get in line like everyone else.
You should know Elder Rosanna stole food from your larders.
I had noticed food missing, but I hoped it was rats. I would normally let this sort of thing slide, but right now, every piece of food missing is a person who goes hungry.
I'll be able to compensate you for the lost food.
Right now, I'd much rather have the food, but this will go a long way if we ever get another merchant from Dawnshore. Thank you. It may not seem like much, but this could mean life or death to some people. I should get back to it. Stay safe out there.
Let's head back to Mysum's Claim and follow the river for a few other quests, for the time being.
Oh, hey there. Something on your mind?
Are you okay? Meeting below seemed to shake you up.
It just took me back. Something about her reminded me of old times. War stories.
What she said about watching Ardenline return?
Yeah. Seeing someone you know, someone close to you, beyond help like that.
You want to talk about this?
I just want to know. You were careful when you told her about Adelaro. Why?
She was beyond understanding.
Beyond understanding? She may have thought we were all fish, but she knew enough to ask about him. You know, the tragedy of the Dream Scourge isn't the fungal trappings we all get. It's the lives it upends, the bonds it breaks. I almost forgot you don't need a soul-altering disease for that. Sorry, I'm gonna need a moment.
Listen, Kai, I need you to stalk like a cat, not stomp around.
All right. Let's see where...
Why is it somehow worse when the Revenants aren't trying to kill you?
You know, that is definitely unsettling.
A godlike in Emerald Stair. Well, well. I'd offer to shake your hand, but I've been elbow deep in Beatrice all day.
What happened here?
Sorry, I've been on my own for a while, and I forget how unusual this looks. As you can see, this is my reanimated corpse farm.
We can smell it, too.
I'm trying to demonstrate the value of undead labor, but of course nothing is ever that simple.
Living farmers might give you less trouble.
But my revenants are special, so gentle and well-behaved. Most of the time.
My idea of a well-behaved corpse is one that stays dead.
Now, Beatrice, she's being a real problem, if you can believe it. Would you be a dear and reach into her guts? Feel around for anything that doesn't belong.
Before I do that, I don't want your opinion on the Dream Scourge.
Giata Castel wants my professional opinion. What an honor. I have a few theories, but no firm conclusions. I have to ask, is it true? Did Vidaro kick her out of town?
Banish was the word he used. Probably make it sound official.
That's our governor for you. Self-righteous even in his own ignorance. Very well. I'll tell you what I know about the Dream Scourge. But first, I need some help around the farm. I'm up to my ears in chores around here, and the Revenants can only do so much. They can't do complicated tasks, you see. Anyway, I'm afraid the time has come to put down poor Silvo.
Yeah, Silver was the cow god.
Silvo is one of my Revenants. My oldest, my favorite, and the pride of my flock. Someone needs to put a poor fellow out to pasture. And I just don't have the heart to do it myself.
Well, it's already dead. That's the hard part done right there.
When a Revenant goes bad, there's only one option. Final death. And poor Silvo's time has come.
In connection with what happened to Beatrice.
It's possible, but this is no time for jumping to conclusions.
I'll take care of Silver and I'll make it quick.
Thank you for understanding. You can find Silvo in the barn. He's blocked the door somehow, but the window should be open. Just be gentle with him. He's a good boy.
So, we're killing the Revenant then?
I saw you reach into Beatrice. Find anything interesting?
Looks like Beatrice has some spoiled crops.
So the blight got into my Revenant and interfered with her raising. That confirms one of my theories. Not only is the Dream Scourge affecting our farms, it's disrupting animancy, unraveling our work. Sounds like I have more research ahead of me, but at least now I have a sense of direction. Thank you for getting your hands dirty on my behalf, godlike. You're a natural.
We'll talk later.
Come back soon.
Quiet as the depths.
There's not a freezable grate, it seems. Ah, other window. That's why.
Who's ready for more?
Okay, let's unbar the door. And follow up with this.
Emerald Stair has seen better days. With any luck, the turning of the seasons will favor us.
I did with Silvo.
Poor Silvo. He was a bright young revenant, but a very old man. Thank you for giving him peace.
You promised me some answers.
So, the Dream Scourge. I've been keeping an eye on the readings from my fields. This plague, as we know it, is a recent development. But I believe whatever causes it is older by far. Maybe even as old as the living lands. The exotic plants and animals, the twisted landscape, the Dream Scourge. They have a common ancestor. There's something about the essence in the living lands that's different from anywhere else I've seen.
You want to share these findings with anyone?
And end up like Giata. No thank you. The corpses, they need me. Not to get too superstitious, but in these troubled times, the arrival of a godlike is no coincidence. You are meant to be here. Toward what end, only you can say.
Fascinating. I'm sure Giada will be interested to hear this.
Well, I'm happy to give her some good news for a change. You and Giata are going to shake things up. As for me, I'll be keeping a close eye on my flock.
Oh, and thank you for the nightmare fuel. I really have been sleeping entirely too well lately.
I'm remembering why people find this place unsettling.
Yeah.
Now for the docks. Finding the right path through it.
The great mystery is, are godlike blessed or cursed?
Remy, look what I found. A genuine godlike.
Do you think they can hear us?
Let's find out. Hello, me, Yvette. You friend?
You do realize that I understand you perfectly.
Remy, take a note. Fluent speech and upright posture show marks of sophistication in the endangered godlike. We heard that Giada partnered up with an outsider. But I had no idea you were a godlike. Fascinating.
Just want me to learn about the Dream Scourge.
I suppose we owe her a favor. Or two.
Giata must have sent you to be our test subject. She knows how we adore your kind. Satisfy our curiosity and we'll give you everything Giata needs to finish her research. Deal?
That depends on what you want from me.
We want to know about the godlike, of course. You're the first one we've encountered in the wild.
Let's begin the examination. If you could choose, who or what would you be in your next life? Next time you go around the wheel, you might not get so lucky.
I don't know, I guess I'd like to be some kind of mushroom.
Ooh, good answer.
My turn. Some would call you blessed. Others would call you cursed. The fact remains, you were touched by the gods. Wouldn't you say that you owe something to the rest of us?
I wasn't born to be your savior.
Weren't you?
Oh, I thought of another. We all know that godlike can't reproduce. How do you plan on leaving a legacy after you're gone?
These are the worst questions I've ever heard.
Yvette, take a note. Godlike are inherently uncooperative. Approach with caution. I think that covers everything. Thank you for that brilliant insight, Godlike. You're a credit to your dwindling kind.
So, Giata wants to know all about the Dream Scourge, yes? Such has been her research of late. Do you want the good news or the bad news?
Let's go with the bad news.
There's no cure for the Dream Scourge, much in the way that there's no cure for an avalanche.
Giata will be interested to learn that the Dream Scourge cannot just be studied in a lab. Its nature is wild, so it has to be studied in the wild. Our machines and experiments would meddle with it too much.
And like anything affecting the soul, it must be connected to essence. Thus, if she wishes to discover more about the Dream Scourge, a Pillar of Adra would be a good place to start.
Ellie believes the Dream Scourge and the Living Lands have a common ancestor.
That wouldn't surprise me. Both are natural occurrences, after all. Terrible, but quite natural.
Most natural things are. Terrible, that is.
Wonderful. We're done here.
Now that we've researched the mind of a godlike, the next step is anatomy. But we've taken enough of your time. Farewell. Did you hear that Giata was sent into exile?
Ugh, I might have dozed off there for a bit. Were any of those words the ones we needed?
Okay. So we have a direction. But that is for next time. In the meantime, thank you all very much for joining me. If you've enjoyed this continued look at Avowed, we will explore more of it tomorrow. But in the meantime, let us see where we shall go tonight. All right. tonight I'll send you forward to Haunted Lemonade, who's currently playing Don't Starve Together. Please do give them as much of your affection as you can. Please look forward to a continuation of Avowed as we learn more about Anomancy and the Dream Scourge. But until then, please do all that you can to enjoy the remainder of your evening. And as always, take care and good night.